Good morning, viewers of my channel. I'm gonna do a video today on something that I discovered recently, and it's been really cool, and I feel like sharing it with you. I don't often get Robot Spirits figures because they're so freaking expensive. They are very nice for the price. That's not really the issue. It's just that they are usually expensive. I mean, I've seen them at normal price, anywhere between like $80 up to 180, depending on the shit that it is. So if I see one go on clearance, I get real excited because then I can get one. And I found some stuff on clearance because Big Bad Toy Store is having a huge clearance sale. By the way, they do not sponsor me. This is just me telling you about a thing I'm excited about. I don't have any sponsors, so when I tell you things, it's just because I like it. Anyway, I saw these mechs, and then I went and looked up the anime. I'm like, oh, this is a cool design. What's the anime? And it's called Back Arrow. And yo, how is this not more spoken of? It's really cool. I would say it's for like fans of Gurren Lagann kind of stuff. It's got a lot of humor in it. The fights are cool. The mechs are fucking awesome. And I really like the character. The character development's really cool. I could talk about the show by itself. I would just say, like I said, I think it's on Crunchyroll at this point. And then, you can check it out and see what you think. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Like the character development's good because usually like mecha anime characters and acting and stuff like that is usually not the best in my humble opinion. This would be different. I really am interested in their behaviors and their motivations and shit, but that's not what I'm making a video on. And it's gonna be a brief video because it's almost time for me to work. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to get your hands on some cheap Robot Spirits figures, go look up Back Arrow on Big Bad Toy Store if they're still left. I'm sorry if they're sold out, but if they're not, yeah, these are pretty sick. Just some quick thoughts on it. Like any of the Robot Spirits, the articulation's great. The posability is great. Like they actually pretty much like stay where you put them. So like if you want to take pictures of your robots, like a lot of people do, they do great with that. And not everything's perfect, but I mean at the price, who gives a shit? I can make my own action base for the other one. But yeah, so like hilariously, this guy, and let me double check and verify his name. Somebody must have a sense of humor because the main quote-unquote bad guy, but they're not, it's more complicated than that, but the main quote-unquote bad guy, Kai Rodan, R-H-O-D-A-N, his name is Rodan. They call their mechs Bryhites. What's this Bryhite called? Are you shitting me? His name is Rodan, and he drives Gigan. Alright then. But he's a real cool character. Like I said, I'm not going to go in detail on the show, at least on this video. I could definitely talk about the show down the line. I'm about 8 episodes into it, and I'm really kind of getting the vibe of it. But it's your standard Robot Spirits thing. It comes with several hands. Like he's got he's got a punchy hand for not holding the thing. He's got several punchy hands. He's got several semi-open hands for holding a weapon, and then he's got some open hands, like kind of like I'm gonna grab you. So your standard set of hands for things. Comes with an action base, pretty good action base. It's a little loosey-goosey. I'm probably going to give it a little of the old clear nail polish to tighten it up so we can do some aerial poses on him. And I like how he's got these little cape danglers, and they're articulated too. I like that. The other thing I really like about it too is very often when figures come with weapons like this, the hands don't hold the weapon tight. This one actually does. Thank God. Because I want to post it with the thing. Like I have other figures over there with big pole arms, and they can't hold it without falling out. He seems to do pretty good. The clear plastic and stuff looks really great on him, as it does in the show, though it's not plastic. I'm sure it's special magic energy stuff. But yeah, just a really cool figure, and it's like their designs are really interesting. Like you usually see like 3 or 4 variations of a mecha foot, and this is kind of similar to like, I feel like I saw some Gundams that had this kind of like, I'm a flying mech, so I kind of have a foot, but it's barely a foot kind of thing. That has like really funky articulation, but just the back of it so you can see, and it's really got kind of a I don't know what the word is. It's inspired by a lot of like the kind of Chinese warrior design stuff, which I'm down for if it's done well, which in my opinion in this one it is done well. Mad props to whoever did the mecha design. I'm gonna have to look it up because that is one of my things. Like I love good mecha design. I love a unique mecha design. It isn't boring, and you get that here. Instructions, not in English. You know how to use Google Translate, right? So I haven't done it. I need to look and see what this stuff says. So I gotta figure out how. Okay, so that you can butt plug him up and make him fly. I guess that's one thing you can do there, according to this. I can't read the language, but that's probably what it says. Groovy. Really dope figure. But yeah, so that's him, and that's what he comes with. And then my favorite of the two design-wise is this dude here, and he's the main hero of Back Arrow, and this is his Brightheit. I think it's called Muga? Muga? Yeah, it is Muga. And I think it's a cool design. It's got a lot more clear plastic. And I remember just there was a part in the show, because I'm like, it's funky with the little clear shoulders. But no, there's a part in the show where he actually, like, this thing is like a gel, and he puts a dude in there and, like, cruises around with a dude in his shoulder pocket. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, they're actually doing something interesting with the clear parts of the mech in the show, right? So one thing that kills me about this is it doesn't come with a fucking action stand. Again, I paid clearance price for it, so I'm not upset. Had I paid full price for a Robot Spirits like this, and it didn't come with an action base to do flying poses, I'd be a little unhappy. I'm a 3D printer. I can deal with that, though. So, and then he's got his little back jamblies on his head there, and he's got a little, like, ring thing on his back there. I don't know what its purpose is. I don't know what they're supposed to do other than to show movement visually by doing art things with line and direction. But they pose really well. Like, he holds his poses really well. He really needs an action base, though, so you can really do flying poses. He does a lot of flying in the show. And but he does come with stuff, and that's what kind of puzzles me is, like, the stuff that he comes with. Like, he's got a my hand's a fireball thing that clips on and replaces his hand, and he's got a my foot does a big fire. But no action base to pose him to show this shit off? That's an odd decision. I don't know. But I like the hand selection too. I mean, he doesn't have a weapon to hold, so he comes with, like, kind of open hands, and then he comes with, you can never not get enough of the Kung Fu Chop hand. Comes with a pair of those, and I got one on him. You gotta love that Kung Fu Chop hand. But yeah, these are dope. I'm gonna continue watching the anime, and I think what I'll probably do is I'll wait till I finish. It's not a long anime. I'll wait till I finish the anime, and then we'll do a video talking about the show and my thoughts on it. But so far, it surprised me. Like, it started out and I'm like, this is standard mecha anime bullshit, and I mean, I like it, but it's an acquired taste. It's not for everybody. And that surprised me right off the rip in the first episode. So, like, if you're a fan of, like, Promare, Gurren Lagann, I would actually venture to say Avatar. If you like Avatar, you might like this show. But we'll talk more about that in depth in another video. I just want to do a quick video on these figures and say, hey, check out this show. I mean, you can Google Back Arrow. If you have a Crunchyroll subscription, you can just go right on there and watch it and see what you think. But there's that. And then last little quick thing, work training is slowly getting to where I'm a little more chilled out to do more art stuff more. And I started with these guys. I'm finally working on my Lizard Army. Just a real quick thought on it. Tried a little experiment last night with it. The skin tone that I've achieved with these guys was a mixture of using the Speed Paints, Magic Blue, and Plasmatic Bolts, and an even ratio of 4 drops each when I mixed them up. And then as I did that and let the first coat dry, I added more green to have some little green variation. But it wasn't enough skin tone variation to what I wanted. I had an idea in my mind, and this one worked out. I tested it on a paper towel first, so I made sure that the colors did what I would want them to do. And I think this is where I did it here. You gotta test and see, like, is it gonna work? Because I want to be like, let's throw some orange on it. I'm like, is it gonna just turn out straight doo-doo, or is it gonna look like I want it to? Because, like, it's not gonna be a bright orange because it's a blue, and the paints are still in the reactivation phase. But what you end up getting with it is kind of a burnt umber, which is absolutely the variation that I didn't have burnt umber in mind, but I had like a darker orange in mind, so we got what I wanted to the extent that I'm happy with it. Started on the cape last night, but ran out of time. But yeah, we started these guys, and I'll be working on them and showing progress. Maybe I'll do a standalone video for them. We'll see, but that's that. I gotta go do work for my job. This has been fun. If you like it, let me know. If you have thoughts, let me know. But that's it for today, and you guys have a great day, okay? Bye.